Hello. I'm just getting set up to make sure that everything is streaming correctly to YouTube itself here. And then I will be going and we're going to be working on, what are we working on today? We're working on the canvas pencil pouches from Noodlehead. So I'm just adjusting the camera a little bit here. I'm going to scoot over here. Oh, no, I don't need to add it to my watch later. I just need to actually see if it's streaming. Or, there we go. We're good. Sweet. So, today we are working on Japanese fabric canvas pencil pouches. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be, we've got everything cut and prepped, except I just realized that I need my zipper pulls for my zippers. So let me grab the 3 colors we need for those. And you need to be redone. Okay, because that's interiors, that's dark top stitching for later. Yeah, okay. Alright, so these are the zip holes that we will put onto the zippers once we actually are at that step. For now, it's more just, oh my goodness, it's just prep. They should technically stack, but apparently they're a little bit warped. There we go. I'm actually debating, because so we just moved, or I just moved the studio around a little bit recently, and I'm debating whether I should actually move my like setup for behind the sewing machine, and that actually just kind of confirmed that I should. Or that I should move at least one of the boards over here, because it's like, it's kind of useless over where it is right now. Or like move the one board that's like hardware and stuff for actual sewing, and then keep one board over there that's for like stuff that I use over there for like the snap presses and things. I don't know, we'll figure it out. I don't need those pulls yet, because first off we're going to actually sew the we're gonna sew the exteriors together first. So that's a good place to put those, and those, and these, and these are all the oh, there's some interiors there too. You can tell because they were cut on the fold. There. And we'll pop those right behind me on the desk, and we will start here. Alright. So much fluff on the desk. I am going to need to wind a bobbin soon, but I'm winding a white thread bobbin right now, so we will swap here after that. So, okay. Why are you not straight? Interesting. Well, that's not going to work, so we're going to have to like trim this down because it is not straight. So we'll just put it there. Now, okay, I do need to double check to make sure that I am going to do the seam allowance right on this one. Let's see. So these are the Noodlehead canvas pencil pouch. And I'm just double checking the actual like canvas pencil pouch. There it is. Just checking the tutorial to make sure that I'm sewing it correctly. Okay, yeah, so this seam allowance is less than the actual seam allowance called for the rest of the pattern. So that's what I was double checking. All right. So first things first, we're going to sew, like I said, these together, which means, yeah, what the heck? Why is the bottom crooked? That's so weird. Oh well. I guess we'll fix it afterwards. Seam allowance is like large enough that it shouldn't affect the actual pouch, but it's just annoying because it looks weird while I'm sewing it. Alright. And could I be using, oh, that's not the right piece for that one. This is the right piece for this one. Gotta be aware of that, because otherwise we're gonna end up with upside down, and then I will start crying, because I do not want to have to seam rip anything today. I wouldn't actually start crying, but it would be very annoying. Okay, so it's a good thing that I trimmed that selvage down, because now basically it's a generous seam allowance, and that's fine. I'm actually going to double check that, and that is the signal that we can swap the bobbins now. So we're going to take snips. I've got a nice full white bobbin now, and we're going to take the other empty bobbin here, and we're going to thread it for black thread now, because I don't have another, like a backup bobbin of black thread right now. This will go back in the drawer for a bit. That, and then this will pop up here. So right now I am working towards Cochrane Handmade Here, or Made Here Market. It's November 18th to 19th, which is next weekend. Yeah, you should come out. As far as I know, it is free admission, and it runs from like 10 to 5. I still didn't look up the times, which is dumb. I should have looked them up before I came on, but you know. It is available on their social media. Yeah, you should come out and see us all. It's at the Cochrane Lions Center, which is downtown Cochrane. It's right across from the Starbucks, if you don't know where it is. And it should be a good time, I hope. Got to do a little bit of a different setup again, because the lighting in the Lions Center is not very good. So what actually got suggested to me is that I set up some lights inside like a tent. So I'm trying to figure out what exactly I'm going to do with that. I'm thinking some like, well, it'll be battery operated lights obviously, but I got to figure out how to battery operate them basically is what I'm trying to sort. Okay. No, that's not right. But that's not right either. I didn't mirror that correctly. Bah! Okay, I'm gonna have to look for some like... Damn it. Yeah, no, that didn't get mirrored correctly. So they have to be the pieces have to be mirrored right. So like this should be, and this is not it. Alright, out of here. One less to sew today. That's annoying. Basically I was just cutting them front to back, so like right sides together. Hi, why do you keep dropping the signal? Weird. Close. Show on stream. Thank you. And so it's worked out fine, but apparently it did not work out for all of them. Oh well, it could be worse. Could be worse. Could have messed all of them. So a few will be fine. Just means I'll be able to make my pouch sooner. Because I decided I'm going to make one of these pouches for myself from the Maps of Japan fabric. So it's going to be spectacular. Alright, that one's a little bit short. So we are going to justify it to the top because the zipper line being straight is most important. And then the bottom seam can take up the excess that didn't get picked up for in the seam allowance that it has. I know I said that this is a chatty stream, but I just hit a wall, and so I am very tired. But I am here if you have any questions. I can always happy to answer. We are currently in the transition to try to be have a schedule where we wake up earlier because we need the kids to go to bed earlier because we have a run done at Disney World in January. And the wake up time for these runs is about 2 a.m. And so the kids have to go to bed earlier. And actually we've done pretty good this week, although it has been rough for sure. Our eldest, who has always been higher sleep need, has been tired around 6:30, 7:30 at night. It's been nuts. So they've been going to bed, but then the youngest has lower sleep needs, which means that they have not been going to bed until their normal 8:30, which even with the time change is insane because it's that's 9:30 at night. So I don't know. I guess we'll be figuring it out at some point here. Also be wondering Katie, why do you commit to so many at once? But I'm I am one of those people who likes giving people as much as many available options as I physically can, especially at an in-person event, because I sell better at in-person events always than I do online, and so I try and do as many options as possible, and then these will be going online as well after the event. That's where they'll be. There will be a Black Friday sale on the Black Friday weekend. I'm not doing early sales or anything like that. It will be a discount. I haven't decided quite on what discount I'm doing, but it will be a discount. And then there will also be the Feed the Kiddies sale, which we've done every year. It's every cat item that I sell, I'll be donating a can of wet cat food to the Cochrane Humane Society. And this year I am adding another one that I need to decide the donation for, but we're going to be donating to Doctors Without Borders. So for every item that I sell, cat or not, I will be donating to Doctors Without Borders. Which I know very well that is a very small band-aid, but I figure it is better than nothing. So a portion of the profits will be going towards that. I'll probably decide on a dollar amount for every item sold, just because that's a lot more transparent and a lot easier to track as well. But yeah, if you are inclined to shop, that would be the weekend to do it. And then there will also be a Boxing Week sale. Oh, and Black Friday sale, Cyber Monday sale is not going to apply to the pick your own orders because they are not currently sewn. So it's only going to be on in-stock items. Just as a heads up. Although I'll do the donation, so the discount won't apply, but I'll make any donation that I just committed to from the pick your own as well. So if you buy a cat pick your own order, then I'll donate a can of wet cat food, and I'll donate a portion to Doctors Without Borders. But there will be no discount off the pick your own orders. Just because, like I said, it's not sewn yet. So, and then all of this will be on, anything that's left over after made here will be online as well, like these pouches, the planner pencil pouches, which I personally think will be amazing for people in your life that start or yourself. You're a person in your life. But people who start journals and such and planners on January 1st, planner pencil pouches will be amazing for them. I have a bunch of bookmarks that'll be coming, and those actually can be shipped out letter mail. Shipping deadlines, I'll post them online here as well, and you'll be able to find the shipping deadlines. Well, I've posted them. I'll make sure that they're linked in like the newsletter as well as the Instagram here as well, and I'll make a post on YouTube too with like the shipping deadlines. And yeah, everything's just gonna kind of come together pretty rapidly here, like it does every year. I can't believe we're already basically midway through November. Like, that to me is the most insane part of this whole thing. Like, where did 2023 go? Still daydreaming about going to Japan. There's a bunch of people like that I've seen that either are there right now, or they're going soon, or they've just got back, and I'm like, I am so living vicariously through you right now. Like, please share everything, because I want to, like, I desperately want to be there right now as well. Desperately. We just had a reality check yesterday, so it's like we just were chatting about different pricing and all of that, and I think I was leaning towards January 2025, but I think at this point we'll might wait and head out in like January era, either the fall or like January 2026. And I'm like, with the like massive asterisks of like, well, if I need to go before that for fabric, we do, sort of thing. So keep me busy so I can go sooner. But I definitely have 2 more years worth of show right now, based on like what I did this year for production levels and all of that. So that's also good. If I hadn't gone in May, I would have had to do another trip in early 26 or 24, and that would have also kind of just like run aground with everything else that we're doing in January. So alright, we're almost through assembling the panels together, which there is another one that didn't get cut right. Oh, what the heck? What if I flip it? Can I do this? No, I wonder if I flip, yeah, if I flip the canvas I might be able to, because then, problem though is then the shiny bit of the okay, I see what I need to do. So I'll need to go in and cut like 2 more panels of canvas. Okay. Yep. And then I can flip them. The thing about it is that, so the one side of it's a lot shinier than the other side. The other side is a lot more matte. And so I don't want to mix the two. I don't want to mix the two because that just looks weird to my eye, at least. I highly doubt most people are going to necessarily see it without me saying it, but you know, it's just like one of those things where it's like, nope, we're not going to even try. So what I'll do is I'll go in and we'll cut after I'm all done here. I'm not going to worry about it right now, but I'll go in and I'll cut 2 more exterior pieces or 1 more exterior piece, whatever I need to mirror the other exterior piece. So a lot of these fabrics have been around for a while, so if you've seen them before, yes, very likely you have encountered them before. I love doing these scrap busting projects. A, I am drowning in scraps, so like it's good for that, and B, it's like a really cool walk down memory lane of like, oh right, I made bags from this, or I made stuff from this one, or whatever it is. It's really fun. So all these fabrics are Japanese fabrics. I work exclusively with Japanese fabrics now, except for maybe like if I'm prototyping, I'll typically use a North American fabric or a Japanese fabric that's a little bit less popular, or has been less popular in the past. Like, I've got leftovers of it. But yeah. Oh, that Alice actually got cut perfectly. So these are all like cuts from knot bags that I've made in the past. And I did not fussy cut them. I just laid them out and basically tried to fit the stuff on here, and it's worked out so far, so I'm like, perfect. Could not ask for better. Alright, oh, these hedgehogs are glorious. So, and I did decide just to go with black fabric for these, or like black canvas, and then they're going to be lined in a black twill. They should be machine washable, cool, lay flat to dry, or hand wash, or spot clean. But the majority of them are either cotton or cotton linen blend. Oh, there might be the piece actually right there for it, because this one, oh, there. There we go. Okay, now I wonder if there's a couple pieces in there that I can just take for this other pouch, or if I need to actually cut them separate. We'll find out here in a moment. Okay, so now, okay, so that doesn't work with this piece, but does it work with, yeah, it works with this piece. Okay, sweet. So I can just sew this right now and fix the errors later for this one, and then we'll see if we can do the same with that cat and bunnies with things on their heads. Okay. Yes, they're both the same direction, right? Oh no, they're just, oh, there. There we go. Okay, there. I just had them. I hope I didn't like sew any of the other ones and mess it up like that. Okay, now we just gotta make sure that we've got two pieces here that match, and then those pieces match. Maybe. I think. Yeah. There we go. All right. Second one here. And then as far as I know, I'm supposed to go in and do a top stitch line. Yeah. Now we go in and we top stitch it. Alright, and then we gotta do fancy stuff to the zipper. Okay, so we'll do the top stitching and then I'll look at the zipper instructions so that I don't forget. Okay, so what I just did is called chain piecing, and so now I can just go through and snip in between each piece. It makes it speeds up the assembly line. It's a hack I learned from a quilting magazine years ago. I now see a lot of bag sewists use it, which is super cool. And you know, it's good. It makes it, like I said, it just streamlines everything. Oh man, yeah, I am not a morning person, and it's like, so this shift to the earlier mornings is just brutal. Like, it's worse for me than jet lag. I am just consistently tired. And so I'm just sitting here like, I could use a nap. And you know what? With the kids in day, like, childcare, I might. In a little bit. We'll see. Alright. Just about there. So yeah, so I was chatting with a friend. She's doing a custom order. Customer friend. And so she's doing a custom order actually for some cross-stitch bag. and we're going to experiment with a style that I really want to add to the shop. So watch for those in the new year. Everything that I'm pretty much going to be adding to the lineup is currently in the lineup. I know there's a couple things I said I was going to do earlier in the year, but for now I'm going to focus on what I currently have to make. So like small box bags, large box bags, kato, blah blah blah. And then I'll be adding like a couple things for cross stitch. But realistically, my product lineup next year is not going to shift that much because I want to focus in and get my stock levels back up to like where they were a few years ago. Just so I don't have quite so desperate for like show pushes and stuff like that. It'll make my life a little bit easier to prep, especially with kids around for that. Now they will be in summer camps next summer, which is going to help a lot as well. And then like the other nice thing is that Knit City is going to be earlier in the summer as well, because it'll be in August in Calgary this year, which is pretty sweet. Or like next year, 2024. Yeah, I totally, okay, so that's why it was so weird, is because I actually sewed the pandas on wrong. Okay, so we do have to seam rip these. Oh man. And okay, and that's why the cuddle puddle was wrong as well, is because I sewed it on wrong. Okay, let's seam rip all of these and we'll get them fixed up, and then we'll get them sewn back together, and then we'll double check everything as it goes. So basically what I needed to do is this is the edge. This is the edge that should have been sewn here. Oh, you can't actually see that, sorry. So this is the edge that should have been sewn here. And so that's why I was having issues with it not going the right direction for the fabric. So seam ripping it is. It's like the seam ripper is probably the second most used tool after the sewing machine. It just, stuff happens sometimes. This is also the wrong way to use it. You're supposed to use it ball down. There just wasn't enough room. Apparently using it ball down actually means that you won't rip your fabric as easily, which is super cool. There we go, almost there. Up, 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 and then top stitching off. There we go. Sweet. Alright, so that is mostly fixed. So yeah, so this needs to go on a different piece of fabric. It needs to be going like this way, because that would be upside down. Okay. Let's grab one of these two. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Alright. Now, as long as I didn't sew the cat and bunny one wrong, we're good. Whatever. If I did, we'll fix that one too. Alright. Fix this one first. And apparently my thread has pulled out of the top needle, or the needle, which is not good. Snip that little bit of an end off. Thread the needle here. There. Okay, then we'll seam rip this one. Sorry that this is happening off camera. It's kind of hard to do it up here, but let's try. Let's just pop it off, pop the stitch there. Try and get a little, it opened up a little bit so that I can actually get the ball in there instead. There we go. Oh, I hadn't actually popped the stitch. That's what happened. So these pouches are called pencil pouches, but realistically, if you're a knitter or crocheter, they would be amazing for like double pointed needles or crochet hooks, or as like an amped up notions pouch. They'd be really good for all of that. Go. All right, so this one, the edge that's supposed to be sewn is that one. Okay. Now, knowing this, I am going to probably need to start marking that when I am actually in the cutting room, just so I don't do this again. So sometimes a little bit of like preemptive, proactive acting on stuff saves you a lot of time, because obviously it's a lot longer to pick out seams and seam rip than it is to like just mark which side is the seam allowance side. That's the wrong way. We'll do it this way. Alright, there we go. And then, okay, so this is the seam side, which means this is the seam side. Okay, so this one needs to go on this piece of fabric. Right, because the red pandas were running like, they're a little bit directional fabric, they still look fine, but they're basically on their side. Alright, so there's that one. Fixed. And then we'll just make sure we double check all the other ones. Alright, and then this one is this edge. There we go. Okay. Oh no, we ran out of thread like right there, of course. Okay. Alright, in a couple minutes I am going to run up and grab a Coke Zero, because my goodness, I am tired. Is caffeine going to fix that? No, really won't. Actually, we should drink some water. That probably help first off. Oh. Water break. And then we have a new bobbin in here, so we'll get the bobbin thread up like that, and then we'll just sew this back down. There. Sweet. Alright, let's get these trimmed up, and then we can go into top stitching them now that they are fixed. And then we'll just double check everything as we go here, because apparently it's going to be that kind of day. Alright, so actually we're going to fold it so that the black canvas is like dominant, because that's what we're top stitching. See, so if you fold it so that the seam allowance is to the light side, I would need to actually top stitch down the light side here, but I'm top stitching with black thread, so I want to actually fold it so that the seam runs under the dark canvas and we top stitch here instead. It does create a little bit of a color difference. In some ways it's almost making the canvas a little bit more color dominant, but I think it looks fine. So alright, so there is the first top stitch. Now we're going to do the red pandas we just fixed. Cuddle Puddle is just further down in the pile. I have a feeling we're going to have to seam rip it and fix it, so we'll just ignore it for now. And we're just going to chain piece all of the top stitching as well. So we chain pieced the actual like sewing of these pieces, and now this is called chain piecing. It's basically you just one piece after the other without cutting in between. Saves time, saves thread, actually is another big one. And since I am production sewing, those are two very big bonuses for me. Okay, go. Should I be pressing these? Yes, but a finger press, because the canvas will hold it, is enough in this case. this case, we could go either way with the roosters, but we're just going to stick with top stitching the canvas, mostly because that's just what I'm in the practice of now as well. Sometimes if there's not enough thread on the bobbin when you start winding it. Yeah, okay, so in this case it looks like I probably needed to... No, that's right. Yeah, we're good there. Okay. Put it under. Okay. So like I said earlier in the stream, these are all like scraps from knot bags. So basically I placed these as best as I could and hoped for the best for what I actually got on them. And in some cases it worked out really well. Like this owl's right in the middle. This is like got an owl and the like little silhouette here as well, which is super cool. Yeah, and honestly it is helping me not drown in scraps, which is super awesome. Not that there isn't still a lot left, but you know, small gains. Small gains will lead to bigger gains eventually. Some of these fabrics kind of like they got snapped up at like markets and then never even hit the online shop. It was just like, nope, they're gone. And so it'll be nice to be able to bring them to more markets and hopefully be able to add them to the shop too. Actually, that might be what I do this week, is I'll add them to the shop before I even go to the markets. Just so you have an option before, and since I want them online for Black Friday anyway, may as well. There we go. So I always talk about the shimmer on Japanese fabrics, and usually it's gold, but on this one it's actually silver, and I think I like it even better. Like they just do shimmer fabric so well. There's a little like prince cat or royal cat on these ones, and it's just like so good. And like these have already been washed, and the like shimmer is not completely gone, which is amazing. Just it's so good. Hedgehogs, the mushrooms. They've always been super popular, but I've heard that mushrooms are really hot this year, so I'm like, okay, perfect. We've still got some hedgehog mushroom fabric. Also really like the background color on this, and I do love how the red mushroom really pops on this, as well as like the blue accents. And then in the navy, it's just as good, if not better, because it's got like these mustard and orange accents in the mushrooms. They're super cute. So the goal is to get these done this weekend, and then to finish up the pick your own orders that I have on deck for now. And then anything that does get ordered over Black Friday, Cyber Monday will be shipped out in time for Christmas as well. I think the last shipping date for like international is December 10th or something like that. Of course, that's like non-priority. If you want to pay money for priority, I am happy to oblige. But yeah, December 10th is about this last day. And then within Canada, it goes all the way up to I think like December 17th or 18th. Although if you're local, I will be at a couple events, and also I will offer pickup in Cochrane as well, if you're local and last minute. Go. Alright, we're cranking through the top stitch here really, really well. Which is awesome. The next step will be, I forgot, but we actually need to put the zipper pulls on, and then we need to actually do a little bit of fancy footwork with the zipper to make it so that it goes into the pouch nicely. And yes, these sheep pouches, one of them will be upside down. They'll be upside down sheep, and then they'll be right side up sheep, because that's how the cutting went, apparently, without me noticing before I was done. But they're cool sheep. I love the little like sunglasses on them, and it's such a good colorway. One of my favorite color combos is like gray and pink, and so it's just like I love, like, even more than Grello, like the gray and yellow, which I also adore. Pink and gray is just such a good color combo. It just does not have a very like, there's no way to make that a catchy name. Like Grink, Prey. It doesn't work. Love this little cat fabric. Like cats doing things on hot pink. And then these little flowers are the like gold shimmer, which is awesome. Hedgehogs pretending to be cacti, so they're actually in the little pots, which is, I didn't realize that they were pretending to be cacti for a really long time, and then I was like sewing with the fabric and I'm like, oh, that's adorable. This is little polar bears, micro polar bears with like tiny umbrellas with raindrops. This pink colorway of it is just like chef's kiss. Very like nice muted color palette. If that's what you're into. Then this is hedgehogs pretending to be cacti on, I call it vanilla fleck, because it looks like little vanilla bean, like real vanilla ice cream with a little flecks of like vanilla bean in it, so that's why it's vanilla fleck. Come on. My machine's like, no. Multicolor hedgehogs, of course, always super popular. I'm glad I was able to find a couple scraps of it. Alice in Wonderland, which, like I said, I basically just threw these all underneath the template and then hope for the best. There's a couple I'm going to fussy cut, but in this case it was like a busy enough fabric that I was able to do that, and this Alice actually turned out almost like as perfect as I could do. I couldn't plan it, I don't think, that way. And then there's another one on this side, which is super cool, but I'm super happy with that one. Then we've got Sweets Party, white lace. Now we're back to the ones that I need to double check. Okay, no, this Cuddle Puddle is fine. Yeah. as I have two, like when we sew them, they're gonna go together like that. We're fine. Okay. Sweet. Alright, let's pop this under here. Like that, and then we got this other one to do, and then it's zipper time, which means we need to install all the zipper pulls and do some fancy footwork with the zipper. It's really tempting to just use, so the zippers that I ordered just actually showed up this morning, like bright and early. My water bottle cap is broken. Lovely. All right, we'll ignore that instead of me trying to get it fixed on camera. Actually, looking at the tutorial, it's going to be easier to like do it because it already has the zipper stops on it. Now, the fact that I cut a bunch of zippers is really not a waste. We'll use them for something else for sure. They would actually be good for the planner pouches, but yeah, using the zippers here would be a lot easier. Just because then what we can do, so what has to happen is we have to like bend back this bit and this bit, and like honestly that's just going to be easier with the stop already in place than trying to fiddle around with a zipper tape one. Hello, please open. Okay, yeah, because those are also going to be long enough. I did actually order the correct length of zipper. We have ivory and we have black, because I just thought those are the two colors that we're going to need for these. It's easy. Yeah, no. Okay, so we bend it back from the stop at an angle and then just sew it. And they need to be sewn to the front, so to the right side of the zip. Okay. We can do that. We'll turn down the stitch length on the machine again, and actually we'll trim this up as we go. And we're also going to stack it. So we got a black, an ivory, 1, 2, ivory, gonna make 2 stacks and then we'll count them up afterwards, so that like I won't be able to keep track right now. Oh, these are so good. They're just like, it's a nice refreshing way to sew the fabric for sure, which is awesome. I like doing stuff different ways so that they like are new and exciting. I've been really hesitant to use a lot of canvas with Japanese fabric, but I'm finding that it actually creates a really nice counterpoint to the fabric and makes it stand out better, which is like counterintuitive in some ways. It's like, how does that work? But it's working, so we're going to like be doing more of this. As I've mentioned before, the big bags are going to start getting like a bottom canvas, which also like they've been very durable in the past, but it is going to add even like even larger layer of durability to the bottom of the bag, and they'll still be machine washable, so that's what I care about for the tote bags. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Alright, just about there. Well, not really. We're over halfway though. majority of these are black zippers. That's good. Okay. So I'm pretty sure what we do is we fancy up the zippers and then we'll sew the zippers in and then we'll top stitch again and then we assemble. So I think we're pretty close to being done the pouches, which is pretty cool. Black or ivory for these guys. Let's do black. And then Cuddle Puddle's gonna be ivory. Cuddle Puddle. Alright, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ivory zippers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I think it's something like 13 then for black zippers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Sweet. So that means there's like 25 pouches. So 16 black. And then we're just going to use black thread for this because realistically it's not going to get seen, so there's no point in swapping out the thread when I'm just going to need to top stitch as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Alright. In their bag because they're a little bit longer than what I bought last time, and that'll just help me differentiate what we need to use. Alright, so this we're just gonna bend back here, right? Bend back like that. Yeah, okay. They just wanted me to stitch it down. Okay. This is one of those things that it might be kind of fiddly, and it's definitely not going to be perfect. We're also going to grab our stiletto as a third hand because you can't really clip it. I could pin it, but I'm at a higher risk of like bleeding then. Poking myself and damaging myself. And of course my thread for some reason has pulled out. Okay, right there. Turn this down. In here. And around. Okay. Alright, this is gonna be. That's all. Gonna be one of those things. It's just gonna be tedious and repetitive. Oh well, it's okay. Okay, now I think I probably can chain piece the bottom here. Gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna try and just pivot it so that we can do the other side. Okay, now I'm gonna sew this one in and just make sure that that's like what we want. It looks like it might be bat-winged a little bit more than we want, but we'll see here in a second. Alright, let's sew it in. Oh, why does it keep turning off the collab cam? Sorry. Of course it does it as I'm concentrating on not pinching my fingers under everything. That looks about right, at least. So basically what we've done is we've just folded back around the zipper tab, really like the stops on the zipper, and it's going to make it so that when I put it into the bag and install it, it's not going to like, it's going to be prettier in some ways. So let's put it in and find out, I guess. Okay, I'm going to actually fold it in half, and we're going to pop a pin in it, even though I don't use pins very often anymore. So we're going to put a pin in here. Can't really see that either, but come on. There. Okay. And then we're going to fold this in half and put a pin in it as well. Or actually just a fold, because that's going to be easier on me than a pin. Pop it here. That so it's nice and centered, and I am going to again, oh, which way does it want me putting the zipper? Pull on a second. Zipper pull at left. Okay, so I gotta flip it, fold it. Now you can do it like, there you go. Realistically, you can actually like clip it as well, but sometimes I don't like doing that depending on how long, or like you can cut a little piece out of it, basically is what I mean by clip it. Now we're going to clip it with actual clips, not pins. I don't normally do this with zippers, but in this case we're going to, just because I haven't sewn a lot of these yet. And I am going to cheat, and we're going to do both layers at once because I don't feel like doing it twice. Okay, let's see here. So in this case, we've already, because this was cut on the fold, we've already got it centered. They should be approximately the same size anyway. Just make sure, yeah. But you know, just in case there's errors in cutting, or I don't know why I'm worried about it. Okay, let's just clip around the pin, and then I'm going to just remove the pin because we're done with the center line for now. Move these up, and we're going to clip them like this, and this up here, and then actually we're going to sew it this way because that's the way it's easier to feel the teeth. So like this. Now yes, you should be using a zipper foot. I was going to be like, I don't know where my zipper foot is. I know where my zipper foot is now that I think about it, but I very rarely, even on number 3 zippers, change my zipper, like change to a zipper foot. Should I? Maybe. Do I? No. Now the one thing we are going to do is we're going to pop this down, and then we're going to move the zipper head out of the way. So basically we're going to reach in, your you lift your foot, and you leave your needle down, and then you finish sewing. So that just moves the zipper foot out of the way so that you don't like get like a warble around the zipper head when you sew past it. Alright, so now let's see if I did the zipper. Yeah, that's a nice zipper. Okay, sweet. So you can see the fold, but it's nice and subtle. And once you top stitch it down, you're not really even going to notice it. Alright, and then I think she actually has you do the fancy top stitch, which means that they get press exterior panel away from zipper and top stitch along zipper using, yeah. So that means is that this gets pressed away this way, and you're supposed to use an iron, but I don't have my iron handy. yeah, it just means that. Okay. And then the seam gets pressed to this side. Okay, so what was up? Thank you. Yeah, it's supposed to be a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay, let's sew it again. Why not? Just make sure I'm an actual like 1/4 inch away from the edge, or as close as I can be without changing my foot, because yeah. Okay, and then we'll close it up. There we go. Oh yeah, it's definitely a tighter seam. Good. Okay. Zipper is installed correctly, and then that should give us a bigger seam allowance to be able to do that pressing away sort of thing. Yeah, we'll actually just go throw these under the iron after I get them all the zippers in, because that is going to need an actual proper pressing, because I cannot finger press it. I could do it still like this, but anyway, that gives you a good idea of what it's actually going to look like. The other side will be mirrored, so it's going to have both the red pandas on this side and then this, and then it will be top stitched across the top and finished up. And it's going to have a black lining as well. It's supposed to have a canvas lining, but the canvas I have right now is too heavy. This is actually a lighter weight canvas. It makes it a lot easier to turn, and it just looks really good. So I figured, why not? And then yeah, it'll be like finished off here just on the lip of that zipper, and it's gonna look really good once it's done. So we'll go in excuse me. Now that we're half done this one, I'm going to just finish it up, because why not? I was very careful to do all that centering on the first piece, because now what we can do is we can just line this pouch up with those lines that we previously had, and basically what that does is it means that it centers the bag to itself instead of like centering to an arbitrary zipper. Because obviously zippers are arbitrary. They just choose wherever they want to go sometimes. Okay, I'm going to clip this first though, and then I will add in the canvas afterwards. Like I said, I don't normally clip, but this feels, I don't know, this feels like it needs clips to make sure that everything just behaves itself a little bit better than if I didn't clip it. So there we go, and then we'll scoot this along here so it's nice and lined up, and clip here, and here, and here. There we go. And the zipper head is actually on this end of the zipper. I think the majority of my sewing will be past the zipper head, so I'm not going to worry about it. There we go. Sweet. Just nice and smooth. And then we will prep the rest of the zippers, get that tedious part of the job done, and then we will sew in the rest, because that makes more sense, because you can actually chain piece them again as well, because obviously you can just keep going along. But there's the zipper installed. It'll get top stitched, and then we will we'll assemble it. It's super cute. I love the little like red pandas for it. So there's the zipper installed in the red panda one. Sorry, I'm trying to show it to you better there. There we go. It's like, show off the red pandas, not just the canvas. Alright, so that is ready for top stitching. So it's going to go onto the whip pile up there. These don't need to actually sit here while I'm working on the zippers, so they can go up there too. And then what we need to do with the zippers is exactly what we just did there, and we need to fold them over and out of the way. So we're going to use the stiletto to help as a third hand to help hold them so that my fingers don't get in the way. Just tack it down real fast like that, and then we'll do this end I'm gonna do a little bit more of a 90-degree fold than the fold down towards. I think that's gonna look nicer. Hopefully, I don't know. It's not gonna look worse, that's for sure. Lift, turn, and tack. I wonder if I could just do this in the pouch as I'm sewing it. Let's try that. Let's try that. Because I'm like, realistically, this is going to get sewn down in the pouch. So let's try and see. There'd be less thread around, so less ends to get in the way. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna set this one up this way, but then the next zipper we're just gonna try to see if we can just sew it in. Because I'm already clipping it, so I may as well clip it with the folds in, and then like it should work. Now if you're sewing this, follow the tutorial. Do not follow Katie's hacks necessarily. Well, I guess you're welcome to, but most of my hacks are just experimentation anyway. Alright, let's see here. We're gonna take this guy and we're going to center this like that. And then we're going to center this one like that. And then we're going to take our black zipper and we're going to fold it in half. And we're going to add a crimp to it. So basically I'm just folding it in half and finger pressing it so that I have like a crimp in the middle there. And then that's going to slot in right with the half fold in the lining, hopefully. Like that. Yes. Sweet. And then we're going to just pop this back over top and everything should line up nicely. Like that. Alrighty. Then we're going to pop this like this because we'll sew it from the other side. And then we're going to fold the zipper up on itself like that. And then we're going to line everything up like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, okay. And then we're going to clip it. I think that's going to work. And then that'll save me the time of like having to sew all these ends, which makes no sense for me because it's like as long as you clip it, it's going to get tacked down anyway. Okay, let's try that and see. Alright, so here we go. Third hand stiletto. It's clamped in there, so it's actually clamped down by putting the foot down. So it's holding it for me. Go. Top stitch over that, or back stitch, just to kind of seal that in, and then we're going to put the foot down and pull the zipper head back like that, and then we're just going to continue here, and then we're going to pop this here. Yeah, I think that actually worked. Okay, sweet. Let's see if that worked, because if it did, that is yeah, and actually that creates just as nice or nicer of a finish there as well. So let me close this up and show you. So this is the zipper with me not stitching it, and you can see there it's a nice line. It's a nice line on this end. It's actually nicer than it was when I pre-stitched it. So yay! And I don't have to pre-stitch it. Which is a huge time saver. Okay, so we're gonna actually unzip it here because that makes it easier to sew. And then we're gonna line up this fabric here. These visual lines are important. Like that. I'm gonna clip it right there for now. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to. No. Okay, we'll unzip it after I get it clipped. Because I'm like, wait, that's not what I'm clipping to. We don't double do the zipper to the same piece of fabric, or like the same side of the zipper to the other piece of fabric. That's not how this works. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to turn this over like that and up, and then we're going to pop that right there, and then we're going to do the this end, turn it over, align everything here. There, sweet. Now we'll get our lining piece and we'll unzip this. So it's a little bit easier to sew. There, and then this will go on the back of this one, like this. We'll just line it up with the exterior piece, like that. Oh, right, don't drop the fold of the zipper. Damn it. That's why it needs to go there. Okay, right. Still easier than, I just gotta get in the habit of keeping the fold in the zipper. Normally I don't have to do that. Normally it's just like a straight zipper, so not a, this zipper needs to be folded under so that it like is pretty. Okay, there we go. Sweet, let's stitch this down. Okay, there we go. Off we go. Double tack. Double back stitch down, and then actually we're going to close the zipper up now because apparently it's having a bit of a fit down here, but how everything's going to come together and its life's purpose, so you know, we'll fix that up. Oh goodness, what the heck, there we go. Okay, phew. It's like, I don't want to do that. And it's like, well, you kind of have to. Okay, there we go. Sweet. As long as that worked. No! I missed it because we had to do the zipper pull. Okay, so we'll tuck it back under and we will seam rip this very end piece. Okay, so where did it go wrong? Went wrong about there. Seam rip it from there across. There we go. Sweet. And we're going to seam rip it a little bit further back just so we can get it seated properly without it being wrinkled and gross. There we go. Okay. Pull everything up. There we go. I'm going to pop it on the machine and I'm going to use that as the clip. Front and back stitch there, and then we're just going to keep this folded. There we go. That's better. Sweet. Fixed. Nice. It's nice and in. Alright, that's not the right pile anymore. Oh my goodness. Where should I put this at? Down there, I guess. Okay, so now we're going to do the next black one. Okay, make sure that this is nice and folded. If you have any specific questions, please feel free to throw them in the chat. I'm happy to answer. We're going to use the pre-folded zipper that I have here because it's already done, so I may as well use it. And then we'll go back to folding all of the, folding them as we sew it, because that obviously is just as good, if not better. Well, it's easier. It's creating just as nice of a thing, so I'm not too worried. This one is refusing to take a finger press. Yay! Come on, you know you wanna finger press. All right, there we go. Pop it there. And then I'm going to press this like that. Pop it here. Sweet, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to throw it under here. The clips, they're rebelling. So the only problem with that being that zipper head is fine. We're good. Alright. Front and back stitch. And continue across. Go. Now, could I chain piece this and actually like do a bunch of zippers at once? 100%. Am I going to for this one? Not yet. I might in future, but for now, as I'm like still getting used to actually sewing them, I think the better choice is probably just to let it just to do them one at a time and get it like get into the groove of it better than if I were to like try to chain piece these right now. But since they are basically little wedge pouches, well, like larger wedge pouches, I could just sew right across and actually end up just chain piecing them, but like I said, not yet. I'll get comfortable with actually sewing them first. I will very likely chain piece their top stitching though, because why not? May as well, sort of thing. And yeah. All right, off we go. But basically, because I'm able to like sew straight off the edge, chain piecing these would be pretty straightforward, which is nice. Go. Just double check that everything got caught, which it did. Nothing that's not like nothing that isn't supposed to be got caught. But there's a nice finished canvas pouch. And so basically now we'll just have to go through and like, so we got to top stitch it and then we'll assemble it. However, the top stitching is going to require an iron, because a lot of my top stitching I just finger press back, but because of the weight of the canvas, especially the 2 layers of canvas, it's just too heavy to get a nice line. So we won't be doing that, and that's fine. Alright. So today I think I'll be on until about 1 p.m. and then depending on how dinner and kids are after dinner, I'll find out if I will be back online tonight or not. If you want to see whether I'll be online or not, the best way to find out is actually through Instagram. I post all of my links there as I go live. But yeah, this week has been kind of rough. So we're just, we're playing it by ear. I just realized I'm not necessarily putting the zipper pulls the right direction. Okay, the zipper pull is on the accent piece, and the zipper pull is on the accent piece. Okay, so that's what we're gonna go with. Zipper pull on the accent piece. This needs to be folded in half. I can see the halfway line right there. Okay, there we go. That one for some reason took the hint a little bit better. Oh, yeah, and then we'll unclip it like that, fold it down, and then we're going to clip it right in the middle here. Go. And we're going to shimmy everything around a little bit, just so it's lined up top, and we'll clip it up here like that. Okay, and then the same on this side. Line everything up, up, and then fold up and out of the way like that, and clip there. Sweet. Alright, here we go. Get that clip out of there, back stitch over the zipper, and off we go. A little bit of a back stitch over the accent line. And then I feel like what I should do here is that, and then hold it with a stiletto until we get at least a partial. There we go. There we go. Sweet. And the nice thing is I can double check these as I go, since we have to unfold it and open it anyway. There is another gorgeously installed zipper. I am glad I didn't go through and sew all of the ends down and just decided to do it in situ. Alright, there we go. We're gonna throw this underneath and this over top, and then we can line it up with the halfway mark on the other piece, like that. Line it up with the top, like that. And then we'll line up the rooster pieces. Why is the collab cam stopping? My goodness, what is up with my phone today? That's super annoying. Alright, there we go. We're back. Alrighty. Line up the canvas and the roosters, and then we'll line everything up so it's all in a line. And that is a call that I need to take, so I will be right back. Alright, we're coming back. I ended up missing the phone call anyway, so it's like, well, that was pointless. But double checked everything because there was some messages about the kids. Just make sure there's nothing like urgent, which is good. Yeah. So we are still working on this rooster one. Didn't move forward with it at all. Just make sure I actually turned the mic back on as well, which I did. All right. And I think I figured out why the phone keeps cutting out. So the phone is actually the big photo that you're seeing, kind of like overlay one that you're seeing the sewing desk with. And that would be because the phone is probably overheating. When I took it out of the tripod to answer the phone call, it was very hot. So alright, we're gonna fold this over here and then we're gonna stitch it down. That. And there we go. Got it. Just make sure that everything got stitched like it needs to. Good to go to the next one. Sweet. We're like, it's already 4 out of 25, so we're about a quarter of the way through, which is pretty awesome. I was thinking that'll probably work until about 1 o'clock, maybe 12:30, depending on how hungry I get here. I am starting to get hungry, so very likely I will finish up around, or wrap up around 12:30 right now. But we still got 20 minutes. We'll see how long it takes me to stitch a few more of these. Zipper in, and then we'll just pop it down, make sure it's all lined up, which it is, and then we'll fold up the ends. So yeah, so actually, as much as I said don't follow my hack, if you're making this pouch, you can 100% follow this hack. So you fold the zipper to the front, so the zipper pull's on top, the zipper teeth are on top, and you're folding the zipper tab towards your exterior fabric. And then you can just stitch it down. So that's pretty sweet. Instead of having to go through and like do it every single zipper before you install it, you can kind of skip that step. Especially if, I would say that's like confident beginner. If you know how to install zippers and are comfortable installing zippers and manipulating them in situ, then that's the way to do it. If you are not, and you just want to guarantee that it's going to actually stay in place, 100% go ahead and stitch it down before you actually put it into your bag. So, but so far so good. Okay, everything is stitched. Man, this owl fabric has been one of my favorites for years. It's just so gorgeous. It's like such a good pink and such good purples and just, ugh. I know I say so many of these fabrics are my favorites, but honestly they have to be my favorites if I'm going to be working with them. So there are very few fabrics I work with that I don't personally like. Which means, yeah. Alright, and then we're going to line up the canvas with this, and then we're just going to scoot it up so it's all in line. And then, whoa. Like, that truck sounds like it's struggling, but no wonder. It's got like a massive like piece of equipment on the back of it. Some sort of scraper or something like that. That was worthy of the distraction. Okay, there we go. Bring this up and then fold it up. Clip it down like that. There we go. Alrighty. Clip it in. Then what I'm doing is I'm just double back stitching. So I'm back stitching the beginning of the line, and then I'm also back stitching over the actual fold of the zipper so that it's got like excuse me, because it's supposed to be like stitched down before you put it in the bag. It technically has 2 lines of stitching on it, plus the back stitching of the actual sewing. So I'm just making sure that it's got more than I would typically do for a zipper to make sure it's held in place. And there's the owls sewn across. Yeah, all good. There's 2 more. And 2 more. The zipper pull is to the there we go. Try and get the crease. There we go. Line it up, lay it down, clip in the middle-ish. Shimmy too much here on us, and we'll fold this up and clip, and then fold up the other end and clip as well. Go. Actually, we're just going to throw that right under the sewing machine. Doesn't need a clip, it's just going to instantly come out. So up, make sure that's all like settled in proper. There we go. Yeah, nice. Alright, there we go. Open it up, make sure everything got caught, nothing got missed. We're good. Oh, it's so cute. Like, just look at that polar bear cafe. It looks like the offset of having the canvas is just like so gorgeous. I don't know why. It just like highlights the Japanese fabric so much. It's insane. And I don't know why I fought so long for not putting like canvas with my Japanese fabrics. Okay, there we go. It's lined up. Line up the actual like line of stitching here as best we can. There we go. Throw a clip in the middle. And then like that, right there. And like that, right there. Alright, we don't need to throw a clip there, we'll just pop it under the machine like that. Okay, that one does look like it might need a little bit of extra care and attention at that end because of the zipper head. Yeah, so that's the warble of the zipper head here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up, move the zipper head down now that we've stitched it, and then I'll just restitch over top here. And there it is, straightened up. And make sure everything got caught. Good. These bags are coming together very nicely. Okay, now we've got the pups. sure I get that crease in there. Yeah, we're good this time. Sweet. And then there's the halfway mark right there. Middle. And we're sewing towards. So the zipper pull for all of these is going on the accent side. So to the left, no matter what. And obviously you can basically just turn the bag around and then it will be on the right hand side if you need it to be on the right hand side. But just for it'll always be zipper pull to the accent side. So. Oh, these pups are just freaking adorable, though. Sorry. There we go. They're gonna be like super cute coming together. So I think that this is where the sewing table is gonna live for now, at least. So really looking at it, I think I might actually add like a boom arm here, so that like the phone's not looking right at my light situation. It's kind of like, well, I guess it really doesn't matter. I like the flat light kind of idea. And then my laptop actually right now is up on the shelf in front of my sewing machine, which works really well because then it's not off to like the side and an awkward view of the desk and stuff like that. So far, moving the sewing table it's also been really nice because the light coming in the room now also comes all the way across my sewing table. Whereas before, because I was sitting away from the window, so I was facing a wall with the window behind me basically, I was like casting a lot of shadow on my sewing table that I did not realize. So now it's like way brighter and way more inviting to work in because I'm also not sitting with my back to the room and just... This has been one of the better rearrangements that I've done down in this studio. That wasn't specifically like space based, just because it's like, oh, this will actually probably work better based. All right. There's that one. Hold up so the bobbin thread releases. Yeah, super cute. These are just all like turning out so nice. Sometimes there's like some projects, like I've fought with one of these patterns for a while to try and get it to look nice. I can't get it to happen. So it's just like, okay, well, that's one to set aside, at least for now. Maybe once my skills like increase again, I'll be able to do it. But like for now, it's not worth the fight. Got lots of patterns that work well for me without having to fight anything. So, but I love when like I sit down to make something and they just come together and they just look really well without like having to fight like the pattern or the fabric a lot. Sometimes having an easy win is nice. There we go. That's what I'm going for. Just an easy win. Go, pop that right there, pop this over top of it, line up the edges here. Ooh, nope, we're gonna actually fold that one in half because apparently, I know there's a couple that were canvas pieces that were a little bit short on fabric, so we're just gonna, this looks like it might be one of them. There we go, yeah. That's all right, it'll all come together with the seam allowance. When I'm actually assembling it, so I'm not too worried about it. Throw that in there like that. And then we're gonna do this, and we're going. Oh no, no! Zipper pulls on the wrong side. Of course, curses. Okay, so we're just gonna have to redo this crease here. on the other side. There we go. Throw it in the middle here. There's the line. There's the line. There we go. That's better. Okay. Zipper pull to the accent piece. Zipper pull to the accent piece. Reminder to myself. Zipper pull to the accent piece. Alrighty. And then line everything up. Fold it up. And then throw it under the machine. There we go. Kitty cats. Okay. Now we're going to line up the exteriors this way because then it's like the line of the canvas is the most important part to line up now. Where did... Oh, there's the other piece. Okay. And we'll line up the interior to the other interior, because that's what's gonna, or to the line of the center there. That works too. And we're gonna just kind of shimmy everything around so that the lines match up top as well. And then there. Eek. There we go. And then we're gonna turn this up here. We're sewing towards, not away from today. And this one. And then we're going to fold it up here. Pull everything up to the top line here. Pinch it down. And then we're going to sew it. There we go. And we'll go across. Next. Okay. Okay, so for at least this first one, we're going to fold it in half. Just to make it more streamlined. Go. Interior, exterior, flippy flip. Zipper. And then yeah, I think it's pretty much lunchtime. I just realized, yeah. Well, it's only 12:30. I don't know. We'll see. I'll work for a little bit longer. At least lunch today is just like leftovers, so it's super easy to reheat. Okay, there we go. And we'll pop it in here. Like this, and then this over top, and then a clip right there, and we'll clip this end as well. Ugh, the fluff. There's so much fluff. Okay, and then fold and hold. escaped. Okay, there we go. Done. Zip it out. Open up. Fold it down. Oh my goodness, these are just just like so good. Okay, let's get these two lined up. Now get the exterior lined up. Do that. Zip right there. One clip. Two clips. And no clips. Just a line up and straight under the machine. This feels like this zipper is actually a little bit high. We're gonna scoot it this time. Just didn't feel like it was gonna work. I don't know why, since it has every other time. But you know, whatever. Easy enough to move. There we go. Installed. Ugh. Like, just. Okay, how many more do I have left here for black? At least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means we have 9 more. So we're just over halfway through the black ones. So let's try and get the black zippers installed before I go for lunch. Dallas is running until about 1 p.m. so I kind of want to finish around that time as well. So we have an opportunity to hang out before the kids get back from their daycare. And yeah, but let's try and get the black ones in at least. Yeah, this is a super cute little print here. Gonna line it up. I'm gonna center it this way. 1 and 2 and flip and 3. Zipper pull to the accent piece. Zipper to the accent. Zipper pull to the accent. To the accent. To the accent. To the accent. There we go. Roll it down. Pop it in, fold it up, and clip. And I'll fold up the zipper end of it here, like this. And like that. Throw it underneath like this. Haha, success. All right. Everything is there. Open it up. Like this. There we go. My goodness. Okay, that's a good indication that's probably time to head out. That's the fact that my phone just died again, even though it shouldn't be overheating at this point. Weird. Okay. yeah, I'm gonna finish up this pouch and then I'm gonna head out because my stomach just went, yes, you are very hungry, so it is definitely time for lunch. Hi, Dahlia. There we go. There we go. And then we're going to clip. And we're going to pull up, turn up, and clip. And we're going to turn up. And pop it under the machine. Yay! Hold it with a stiletto. There we go. Alright, we're gonna call it there. I'm gonna go have lunch. Thank you so much for everyone who joined me. I hope you enjoyed this like usual stream of consciousness ramble. And I will try to be back on tonight. If not, I'll still be working on these pouches on and off throughout the next couple days. So thanks so much for joining me all, and I will chat with you later.